Hello everyone, Lacey Lee here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been following my journey for the last, well, almost 13 months now, so much has happened in the last 5 weeks. December 15th, I decided to rent a room. I was really struggling with the cold here in Vancouver, Canada, and the snow. I got a great deal. I'm just paying month to month, so I'm on track financially to be back full-time in the RV traveling end of March, early April. Stay tuned for that. Fortunately, when I took Freya to go to Sandy Dump and spray her off before I winterized her, I took a corner too tight and ended up dragging the side of the RV along the fence on the farm here, causing a lot of damage. And I'm currently going to take her in for some repairs. If you enjoy today's video, please subscribe because I'm going to continue to update you on all of my RV adventures and experiences with one video every month. And if I have more time, I'll definitely put out more. Okay, the number one thing that I've learned from 12 months of full-time RVing is that RV life is hard. But honestly, on a deeper level, I've learned that life in general is hard. It doesn't matter if you live in an RV or in sticks and bricks. Life just has its ups and downs, and it really is just a matter of learning and failing and adjusting and growing. And it doesn't matter if it's in an RV or anywhere else. Life can be hard sometimes. Number two, the RV community is unbelievably supportive. Not just the people that I've met along the way, but also all of you that I've met in this community on social media. If moving in and living in an RV full-time is something that you're considering, I can tell you, as lonely as I've felt and as much as I've struggled sometimes to be doing this on my own, I really haven't ever been alone. I've had so much access to complete strangers' help at RV parks, on the side of the road, on Google. It's really been amazing. And if this is something you're considering doing on your own, you're never really going to be alone as soon as you become part of this amazing community. Okay, number three is that not all RV items are created equal. And on this aspect, not all of the things that I need to be comfortable in my RV are going to be what you need to be comfortable in your RV. You can do all of the research that you want, talking to people at campsites, doing research on Google, here on YouTube, but really at the end of the day, you need to find the best product that works for you, how you work, what you like, what me. And I feel like this is probably going to be a video that I'm going to have to do an entire episode on, because I've really run into so many people that have said that you need like this one item, this one brand, this one thing. And I went out and bought it and it just didn't work for me. So stay tuned because I do think that might be its own video. Number four, fresh air will change your life. I've always loved getting out and going hiking and walking my dog and going camping for a night or two. Even being in the city and just getting out for a couple days isn't quite the same. RV living really does connect you with the outdoors, whatever level of outdoors that looks like, in a way that you don't get in sticks and bricks. And the fresh air is just, it's a game changer. That brings me to my tip number 5, and that is really the difference of the amount of time you spend inside versus outside. I kind of made fun of people that had all this outdoor stuff like TVs and the outdoor kitchens, and it was something I didn't even consider when I bought Freya, but I'm kind of regretting that, to be honest. I love cooking outside, but I only had a small grill, a small barbecue. And I love watching a movie every once in a while. So there were a few nights where I made some popcorn and wanted to have a movie night, and I kind of wish I would have had a TV outside instead of the one here. I know that this isn't my forever unit, and a big piece of it is that I want to have more items, more functionality to be able to do more, spend more of my time outdoors. But it's funny because I do, depending on what you're after, the reality of the time you spend outdoors versus what a lot of people do doesn't always match up. The number 6 thing that I learned is that driving anywhere takes longer, much longer. Now, a big piece of this for me is not just the fact that you're going slower when you're towing an RV and you have your rig behind you, but also the fact that was traveling with a dog. And unfortunately, Jasper wanted to get out a lot more frequently than I expected. That was something I wasn't really planning on. But now whenever I plan a destination, I look at the time, and I personally have been adding an additional 25% more time. So if GPS and Google Maps says it's gonna take 4 hours, I plan for 5. And on that note, my 7th point is that you need to know a lot of math. Now, coming into this, I understood that you needed to know your GVWR and your hitch weights and all of these things, but you also need to have an understanding of percentage times for traveling. You might need to have to figure out conversions from centimeters and meters to miles when you're traveling. You also have to understand the volumes and capacity of all of your holding tanks. And really, like I said, just was not expecting there to be so much math. Number 8 is that things break. I chose to buy a brand new rig, and though I don't regret my choice because it did come with warranty, I was still surprised that in the first 3 months, how many things did break. Now, I chose to purchase a Grand Design unit because at the time, Grand Design was the only company that covered warranty issues if you were full-time living. Make sure you follow up and find out what your warranty will or won't cover, because if you are in it full-time and something breaks or goes wrong, you might not be covered. I'm in quite a lot of Facebook groups and different forums and things online about full-time living, and I'm starting to hear some rumbling about insurance agencies, insurance companies not paying claims because they have found out on social media that people are in fact living full-time in their units when they're telling the claims people that they are not. So be very careful if you are using a hashtag full-time RV or hashtag full-time RV living, that if you're posting a lot of stuff on social media, unfortunately, these insurance companies are doing their due diligence, and if you are in the wrong, you might not be covered. I know it sucks, but just a word of warning. Number 9, every city and every province or state is going to have different rules when it comes to long-term / overnight parking with your RV. So specifically, I live in Surrey and I am part of the Greater Vancouver district, and we are allowed to park on the streets anywhere in Surrey for a maximum of 72 hours. November 2019, this was just updated for North Vancouver. If you were in a residential area, you can only park on the streets for 24 hours, but anywhere else you do have up to 72 hours. So make sure that you check this, because the last thing you want to do is be at a rest stop or parked on the side of the road and get a knock on your door in the middle of the night and tell you that you have to move. Number 10 tip is, out of all of the systems in my RV, I believe you have to have the most thorough understanding of the electrical system. I had no idea. 20 amp, 30 amp, 50 amp, solar power, generators, just so much information when it comes to the electricity and the power in your rig. It's different from an RV, like a trailer, to a motor home, and it has been the one thing that I really have been trying to educate myself a lot more about. And specifically, I want to do a little promotion for the RV Owner's Lifestyle Seminar that happens every year in Kelowna, BC. I'm linking the video here. I went last year. It is a 4-day, 3-night seminar on RVs. And specifically, I should have realized at this point, but there was 2 seminars offered specifically on electrical. So that tells you a lot. The great thing is, if you are one of my followers and you'd like to attend this phenomenal course, you can enter Lacey 2020 for a 10% discount if you register this year. I've included the link below. I've decided to include point 11 and 12 together because they're kind of the same thing. At the end of the day, it is your responsibility when you go out and buy a new trailer or a new truck that you know exactly what it is that you want and what your capabilities are. For example, I kind of learned this the hard way, but you might go in to be buying an RV from someone who's never been in an RV, or maybe they've only spent a few weekends traveling with their family. It is your responsibility to know exactly what it is that you're getting. This moves on into the trucks. Now, again, unfortunately, the onus and the responsibility is on the person making the purchase. And I really want to believe that salespeople are not out to get you, but when it comes to trucks, there are so many things that will have an effect on those overall capabilities and numbers on your truck. And it's your responsibility when you sign on the dotted line and make that purchase that you know what exactly it is that your truck is capable of towing. And same thing, the problem I had in the summer was that if you're looking at buying a RV, a trailer, keep in mind that some of the things that you might want to add on are going to add a lot more weight, and that base weight might end up being more. I've heard horror stories that people went, ordered a unit, a rig, and when they got it, because of all the extra options, their truck wasn't capable of towing it, so they needed to go buy a new truck. It sucks, but again, it is just something that you need to know. And if you do get in an accident and you're overweight at all, again, unfortunately, the onus is on you. The last 12 months have been indescribable. I've learned and grown so many things in my life. I've changed, and I'm really excited to say, like I said at the beginning of the video, that even though Freya is going to be winterized for about 6, maybe 8 weeks, financially I am on track to get back on the road, get back out doing more traveling. Thank you again, you guys, so much for your support. I've got 2 more videos coming your way in the next month or 2, updating you on Mago Blanco, and as well giving you some of my fitness on the road trips. Thank you again so much, and stay tuned.